Hey everyone, I've got another YouTube video today for Vanguard. This is for the new Dragon Empire deck out of set 10, and probably the most anticipated deck out of set 10. This is Gandiva. Scarlet Flame Martial Dragon Gandiva. It's pretty fun, and I just used it in a tournament today. I managed to get 7th place with it, which I don't think is too bad. As usual, we'll start with the ride line. This is Scarlet Flame New Soldier Buckish, I think? Yeah. That's the starter. It's an Overdress starter, plain and simple. Scarlet Flame Bow Soldier Argured. Yeah, that's the grade 1. It has the effect of, if your opponent has 1 or less rear guards when you would ride Scarlet Flame Bow General Dipinel from your ride deck, you can ride without discarding a card from your hand. It has the rearguard effect as well as sometimes actually when this card, okay, it has another effect when rode upon. When this unit is rode upon, if your opponent has 2 or more rearguards, you may call this card to an open rearguard. I typically don't do that, although you can if you want. So both effects are when they're ridden upon, however, they're both for different scenarios. And it has no real effect on rearguard. Oops, sorry about that. It's just a vanilla. The other card is Scarlet Flame Bow General Dipinel. This was the one the grade 1 mentioned. It only has the effect of, when this unit is rode upon by a unit with Gandiva in its card name, choose one of your Vanguards, and until the end of turn, the cost of that unit's original act ability is reduced by Counterblast 1, essentially making the first activation of Gandiva's main effect free. And speaking of Gandiva, here it is. Again, this is probably the most hyped deck from set 10. Its first effect is an auto. When your opponent's rearguard is retired during your turn, choose a card from your drop and you may bind it face down. And then its other effect, which is continuous. During your turn, all of your front row units get an extra 2k for each face down card in your bind zone. If your bind zone has 5 or more face down cards, this unit also gets a critical +1. Very nice. Then its final effect, which is an act, Counterblast 1. Choose 5 of your opponent's rearguards with different grades from each other. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Retire all of the chosen units with the same grade as the cards revealed. Shuffle your deck, and if you retired 1 or less, you draw a card and choose a card from your drop and you bind it. Pretty nice. And that is it for the ride line. Of course, for the main deck, of course, 3 more copies of Gandiva itself. We don't really need to go over that. You can use the Grail in this deck if you want. However, I chose not to run it. We've got another grade 3. This is Scarlet Flame Bow General Stigrana, I think. These names are pretty hard, unfortunately. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard with Gandiva in its card name, Soul Blast 1, bind one of your other rearguards face down. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. If you did not retire a card, you draw 1 card and choose a card from your drop and bind it face down. He's pretty good. He helps you get your bind zone filled up a lot. And there isn't really anything besides him that you will use Soul on, except for another card in the deck that you will probably only use once. So that soul cost is perfectly fine, and you don't really have to worry all that much. The final grade 3, this is an order card. This is probably the best card the deck has right now besides Gandiva, and a grade 2 coming up. This is Best Harvest. This was originally intended to be a Eugene card, however, it has found way more use in Gandiva. Its effect is choose one of your rear guards, and until the end of turn, it gets the effect of auto on Vanguard. When your opponent's rear guard is retired during your main phase, you get to draw a card. Pretty nice, and it helps Gandiva draw you even more cards, which is important. This is Drag Ritter Alphaquar. This is your main grade 2 that you want. This has the effect of when your Vanguard with Gandiva in its name attacks, so typically you'll want to attack with this first. A grade 3 or greater Vanguard, Counterblast 1. Bind this unit face down. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to one grade 3 or less card from among them. Call it to a rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. Pretty nice that it gets you another attack. Another grade 2. This is Scarlet Flame Bow General Rugranaut, I think? Yeah, that's what we'll call him. It has the effect of when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard with Gandiva in its name, Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. If you did not retire a card, you draw one card. Choose a card from your bind, and you bind it face down. So, kind of the main thing with these cards, if you get to retire, that's nice. However, if you don't get to retire, that's nice as well. So, no matter which happens, it does give you advantage in some way. The final grade 2 is actually the cycle card of Dragon Empire. This is Great Flame Axe of Abundant Skills, Kol Gaflan. This has the effect of when this card is discarded from your hand during your ride phase, you Soul Blast 1, put this card at the bottom of your deck and draw a card, essentially giving you back the card, aka this card that you just discarded for the ride. And then it has the effect when placed on rear guard, Counterblast. Oh, wait. If it's placed on rear guard and if you Persona Road that turn, you Counterblast 1 and retire all of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit. Pretty nice. Oh, cat's trying to get in. Alright. On to the grade 1s. This is Crimson Scale Sword, Maestro Bernala. This has the effect of, at the end of the battle that this unit boosted, if any player's rearguards was retired this turn, you bind this card face down and you draw a card. Pretty nice, and again, lets you draw more cards, which you want. Another grade 1, which is the final grade 1 that will actually be on the rearguard. This is Scarlet Flame Bow Soldier Boken? Yeah, Boken. This has the effect of back row rearguard when your Vanguard is Gandiva. When your Vanguard with Gandiva and its card name attacks, if your bind zone has 3 or more cards, you bind this card face down and you countercharge. Pretty nice that it advances your bind zone and gives you a countercharge. Of course, now we're on to the cards that are in every deck. We've got 3 of the regular perfect guards, or not regular perfect guards. This is the set 1 perfect guards, which have the extra effect, of course. We have the Elementaria Sanctitude in here. This was the promo one. As this was the deck I was using today, I do happen to have it. Ooh. No, that's been there the whole time? Okay. Sorry about that if there was a white thing in the corner the whole time. This is the Elementara. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this can be played without paying the cost, which is nice. We're running 7 non-effect crits in this. So these are the 7 non-effect crits that I picked. Not using the effect crits, as I don't think they're really needed here. 4 of the effect fronts. You don't really need draws in this deck. You draw enough as it is, and you don't really want to risk decking out. And I do like the defensive power and offensive power that this gives the deck. Of course, the 4 heals, and the final card obviously being the Dragon Empire over trigger. And that is it for Gandiva. It's a very fun deck, and it's probably one of the better cards in the format. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry the angle was a little screwed up during the whole video. I didn't really realize that until the last moment. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it.